fresh out the box.
Fresh California plums.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Fresh Film Fridays, a podcast where two dudes pick the newest streaming movies or in theaters and discuss them. Today we're talking about the new Don't Look Up, which was directed by Adam McKay and was started streaming on Netflix on December 24th. I'm your co-host Alec.
Oh, I'm Eric. Just kidding. It's Justin. I like how you said that. You're like, you said that very Borat-y. You're like, and we discuss them.
This is something we talk.
This is the Fridays that are fresh.
Yes, based on true story, this film. That's like Russian.
This was pretty good. I'll start off. It got a 7.3. I think that was pretty fair. This was not meant to blow you out of the water. This was simply to make fun at the fact that life over the past 2 years has been so absurd.
Yeah. This is not what I was expecting. Same thing. I know that we did our Book of Boba Fett episode, but it was the same thing. Like, I watched the trailer once, and then I read nothing else about it. I know nothing else about it, and I watched it. And, dude, I really liked it. I really like this movie.
I didn't even see the trailer. I didn't even know this was coming out.
Me neither.
Jimmy, shout out to Jimmy, who's going to listen to this and then text me and be like, fuck you for no reason. He was like, dude, watch Don't Look Up. And I was like, okay. And then I looked at the cast and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
The director was like, I want every famous person in the world in this.
I pretty much recognize every single person. I was just like, wow. Like, everybody.
Dude, Ron Perlman, who looks like he's 322 years old. Ariana Grande, and my boy Timothée Chalamet.
Yeah, dude. Got to give a shout out for skinny guys, you know? We're making a comeback. We got Tom Holland, we got Timothée Chalamet, we got Alec, you know? We're all really skinny. And, you know.
Shout out to the Visible Rib Gang.
Yeah, dude. I'm part of that. I'm part of it.
I think Jonah Hill was fantastic.
Jonah Hill was amazing, but I felt like this was very in his wheelhouse. You know, like, this is something that we've seen Jonah Hill do.
Witty humor.
Yeah, just very funny. And, like, dude, believe me, I laughed out loud almost every time he talked. But I do think that Leo and Meryl Streep, obviously, they're two of the best actors alive right now, but this was very different for them. And I really like that.
Yeah, I mean, dude, Leo, I mean, this just goes to show you, like, how diverse of an actor Leo is. He can go from, like, dirty Brooklyn accent, Shutter Island, to, like, super nerdy, like, astronaut, teacher.
Dude, we go from Wolf of Wall Street to The Revenant to this to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood to Django Unchained. This guy is amazing at everything. At everything he does, he's so fucking good.
Yeah, he was great. I always forget. Was it Jennifer Lawrence? Right?
Yep. Yeah.
She was great.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I didn't know what this was about.
No.
And they could have shaved off. I think this movie was like over 2 hours, right?
Yeah, 2:17. Yeah.
2:17. They could have shaved off, like, it could have been like an hour and 45er, honestly.
Fuck that. No.
Like, it could have been there.
No. Well, really quick, let's just give a very brief overview of the movie for people who haven't seen it yet. Basically, it's just about two scientists. I think they work for NASA, Jennifer Lawrence and Leonardo DiCaprio. They discover a comet that is coming towards Earth in 6 months. And they're like, this is going to destroy the entire planet, so we need to tell the president, we need to get this word out. They basically do, and nobody takes them seriously. And it's basically about the aftermath of people questioning science, people questioning what's the right thing to do, and how the last 6 months on Earth would go with politics and the way people react. And, you know, very, very reminiscent of COVID and what's going on right now, and climate change and all that.
Yeah, I think it was a direct representation of COVID and climate change, and kind of ashamed to say it took me like a solid 20-ish minutes to get that. I thought they were just pointing out fun, and then I was like, oh, the comet is COVID.
Basically, I mean, it's kind of just like something that's going to destroy the planet, and how do people react? And do people want to exploit it? Are they going to be like, well, I'm just going to spend the time with my family, I'm going to try and get money, I'm going to try to survive? Like, it's scary, dude. Like, I've been talking to a lot of people about this movie, and I was like, if this movie came out in like 1996, it would have been looked at like Mars Attacks. Like, people would have been like, that was funny, like, that's fun, but nobody would ever be like that. Now, this is scary because it's not that far-fetched at this stage in life.
Oh, dude, I mean, I can't even call this movie a comedy. This is basically a documentary. I mean, this is like literally what's happening. The funniest line to me was when they were trying to explain to Meryl Streep, like, it's gonna hit Earth. They were like 100%. And she goes, so like 97%. It's like, dude, I think Meryl Streep, it's safe to say, was a representation of Trump, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So I think it's funny because one, I think Trump would say that. And two, I think politicians do that where like you have people saying, like, it's not a question. This is going to happen. And politicians are like, well, 97.
We're not going to say 100. Nothing's 100. It's like, no, this is 100%. So, well, yeah, dude, that line was crazy. But the two things that made me actually visibly, like, I could not stop laughing is when Jonah Hill called Jennifer Lawrence the boy with the dragon tattoo. That got me good.
She wasn't in those movies, though.
No,
right?
but it's just
because she's got the hair and the
the eyebrows. She kind of just
okay.
looks like her. But that was really funny. And I feel like that was improv because it cut pretty quick after he said that. So I bet everybody on set just lost their goddamn minds.
Oh, yeah.
The other line, dude, is that Dr. Oglethorpe, the other scientist, when they're arresting Leo and Jennifer Lawrence and him, dude, when they pull up and they point the guns at him, he's like, all right, the only reason you're arresting me is like my ancestors didn't migrate to Northern Europe, the pigmentation. And dude, that was hilarious.
He's like, the only difference between you and me is the melanin in our skin.
Dude, that for some reason, that actor, I don't know who he is, but his deadpan reactions to stuff, I thought he was amazing. What's his name? Is it Rob Morgan? Yeah, Rob Morgan.
Rob Morgan, who...
Oh, my God.
He's in Stranger Things, Daredevil.
Oh, he's in The Punisher.
He's in some pretty big name things. He's the weapons dealer in The Punisher. Okay.
Oh, dude, he was one of my favorite parts of this movie. I thought he was hilarious, even when he wasn't trying to be. He's talking about the pie filling at the end. He's like, I'm going to be honest with you, and I feel like the time to be honest is right now. And dude, he killed me. His delivery was really good.
His dry humor was fantastic.
Yeah.
The only person that kind of annoyed me, which I think he was meant to be annoying, was Mark Rylance, who was supposed to be like Elon Musk.
Oh,
he was meant to be annoying though. So like,
dude, he's in Ready Player One. He's the guy that like created the whole virtual reality thing at the end when he gives him like, you gotta take my thing. Yeah, but right. Dude, he was like, I couldn't even like look at him talk. Like he was so like, he was like an alien. He wasn't even like a person.
Yeah, dude. I mean, good movie. It really hit the nail on the head with like current events. The newscaster people that like when they're like, yeah, we heard you. Like when Jennifer Lawrence screams, she's like, we're all gonna die, and they're like, okay, whoa. Like,
yeah, dude,
like relax.
It was so spot on about like how like the Today Show or any of these like network TVs where they're just like, I know. Well, I'm about to buy a hot tub. Don't act like you won't come in it. Oh, she knows me too well. It's just like so fake and bullshit. And that line where Leo's freaking out, I'm like, that's an Oscar speech right there. That's something like where they're like, wow, he nails it with that just emotion, that raw emotion.
Dude, the second funniest line was when Jennifer Lawrence tried to steal Leo's second Xanax, and he goes, nope, this one. He's like, not this one. Not this one. Like, it's like he's serious. He's like, I need it this time.
Yeah, dude. But I'm gonna say this, like, I can't really think of more movies that have made me feel such a range of emotions like this movie. Like, I was audibly laughing out loud, was frustrated with how much it reminded me of what's going on right now, and literally got me tearing up at the end when he's holding his wife and his son's hands, and he's like, we really did have it all, didn't we? And like, it's just falling apart around. I literally started getting teary-eyed. I was like, I've never seen a movie that can make me feel so many different things in such a short period of time. So kudos.
Yeah, it definitely did a good job at hitting that broad range of, comedy, realism, and then sadness at the end.
Yeah.
And it's, I kind of liked how he had the opportunity to take like his wife into space and potentially colonize a new planet. And he was like, I felt like it was 50-50. Like he chose to stay because one, he just wants to like be with his family as they die. And then two, because like they could have prevented this maybe if they had acted soon enough. And he's just like, what's the point? The same thing would happen on the next planet.
Why trust her? Why trust Meryl Streep?
Well, that too.
Yeah, like she's clearly fucked up. And then the other thing is, she forgot her son.
Yeah, it was pretty funny, dude. He was the only one there.
He's the only one. And she literally, it's like, all right, I hope you and whatever his name was, Justin or something. He's like, I hope you guys have a good time. And he's like, oh, fuck. And like, so she's that bad of a person. She can't even remember her own son, but she'll remember, other people. Yeah, dude, she was the worst.
Well, do you think when they, in the future, 20,000 years in the future, when they went to that planet where like the ostriches killed them, do you think that tattoo above Meryl Streep's butt was real?
No,
Okay.
no. I think because, dude, if you notice, like a lot of people had tattoos. So I wonder if maybe that was like something you had to get if you were going to go on that spaceship or something like that, like maybe to
It
prove.
it looked like a heart tramp stamp, so
Maybe not.
I
I have no
don't think
idea.
so.
But did you notice? Did you notice when they're in the pods, they're all names of companies? It wasn't even their name.
Yes. Like
So
what do you think that meant? Companies that are paying for it?
100%. So imagine right now it'd be like Apple, Amazon, like McDonald's, Coca-Cola, Microsoft, and they would buy their own. It's like, we're going to put our CEO on this in case something happens or something like that. Like, dude. And then one of them crashes when they're going on the planet. So somebody died even when they paid for all that. It still went wrong.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, man, fucking scary. Because, dude, seriously, you look at right now, Elon Musk and what's his face?
Jeff
Jeff
Bezos.
Bezos, they're going to space. They're trying to do this.
They're literally taking day trip vacations, which I think, if I remember correctly, cost two million.
That's nothing to them.
2 million. They go to like the highest part of the atmosphere, like right below technically space, because you need oxygen, obviously.
Yeah.
And then they just like fall down in pods just for fun. And like, I don't know, I don't want to get too realistic, but it's like, it's so crazy because like these people have so much money that like, imagine if instead of putting these millions into that, they like, help people. They're just like, I just want to fall from space.
Dude, it's ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing. Like, it really makes you look at, you're like, these people are the richest people in the world. And what they're trying to do is basically say, we want to get the fuck out of here. And I really do. Dude, that scene where that guy's like, I'm going to go to the bathroom and just leaves. And she's like, I'm going to go too. And then it's like, wow, there is nobody in control anymore. It's not like she's going to say, I'm going down with the ship. She's like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. So, like, there's just, dude, oh my God, I don't know. It really makes me scared. It just really freaks me out.
I mean, Elon Musk keeps talking about colonizing Mars, which is kind of crazy to me because we can't even get to Mars. But
well, yeah, not now, but again, who knows, dude? They really could have something like this where they're like, listen, we have a failsafe in case the world's gonna end. Like, we really do. But that's the other thing. This movie, it's not even just about the end of the world from a catastrophic event that we can't stop. It's like we basically kill ourselves.
Our ignorance is the death of us, of the species.
Yeah, and like not cooperating, not having a real plan. So like seeing the aftermath of how people react is just as scary as like an unforeseen thing coming to kill us. And like, I know obviously it's not real, but like this literally could happen. Like, it could.
Yeah, I mean, there are certain aspects of it that are real. Like, for example, when they find out that, this is happening and Leo's like, we should do something. Not only did the White House was like, nah, they don't take it seriously. But then what probably happens more likely than not is like the government or somebody knows something and they just don't let the news stations know to warn the masses, because how much like pandemonium would there be if they said something without, I mean, I don't know, either knowing 100% or just letting us know too soon and people just freak the fuck out. Like when they bought all the toilet paper and I had to ration toilet paper during COVID.
Right. I mean, no, but seriously, that's a good example of like, look at how crazy it got with that. You're right. So like, I figure like the president, if they did find this out, they would also kind of be like, all right, we need to make sure we can get out of here first. And then we'll tell everybody about what's really going on.
Oh, 100%, dude.
Yeah. Which I hate.
These high up people, the elites of the world that have more money than people can ever imagine, they don't give a fuck about you.
No, exactly. And the sooner you realize that, like, yeah, it's probably a better thing. The one thing about this movie that I really did not like very much is, I'm sorry, but if you already have a plan in place that's like, hey, we got Ron Perlman flying into the asteroid and, saying all that stuff, like, there's no way in hell they're going to turn that around right as it's starting. The whole world's watching. That should have happened beforehand. They shouldn't have started the launch and then done it. Like they should have canceled the launch or something.
Speaking of which, and before I forget, I just want to say Timothée Chalamet doing that like druggy hippie thing, his act, I thought was hilarious. He was awesome with it.
Yeah.
But touching up on what you said, the fact that they could have potentially blown it up, right? It could have worked. Mm-hmm. And instead, when they announced it in the next scene, they were like, we found like resource rich like gold on the thing that could like, so it's like instead of saving the human race and preserving the future of our species, they were like, we could make a lot of money off of this thing hitting
Yeah.
the earth.
Yeah.
It's like, it's so real, dude.
Dude,
It's so real.
like, all right, here's the thing. Like, obviously, I'm a fucking idiot, but
Yeah.
try and blow up the thing and then
Mhm.
maybe send ships into space to try to, if you're going to try to do both, let's just say you want to do both, blow it the fuck up so that it doesn't destroy the whole planet, and then go and try to get the resources in space. Don't let it try to hit the earth and try to do it that way. Like, you fucking idiots. Like, you're
Well,
such
that just
dummies.
goes to further show that, like, hey, if small bits of the comet hit and kill a bunch of people, but the planet's still fine, who cares? Because we don't care if those people die, and we'll make a ton of money.
Right. Because I don't know, man. It seriously feels like they're fucked no matter what they do. Because if they did do that first plan with Ron Perlman and, you know, Leo's plan where they blow it up and it turns into like 50 different things and they all hit the planet, a lot of people are still going to die. Probably, I mean, I'm guessing, but like an eighth of the planet's population at least will still probably die if a bunch of random asteroids and comets hit the planet.
Mhm.
But god damn it, dude. Yeah, it just shows that like humans. You know what? It was also a really scary thing was they're showing all these animals throughout the whole thing, like hippos and monkeys and stuff like that, and you're like, they don't even know what's going on.
Yeah, dude, these fucking chipmunks and birds and shit are just, you know, flying around collecting nuts and trying to get little
Like
mice.
it's any other day.
Like it's yeah, and then 1 second, dude, it's just all over, bro.
Yeah.
Think of the squirrels who kiss their squirrel wife goodbye as they go to collect nuts for winter, and he doesn't know that like that was the last squirrel kiss he's ever gonna give her.
Oh my god. But no, but seriously, I really like that they showed that because they're really showing just like there's only one species on this entire planet that even knows what's gonna go on. And I think that's really cool that everything else is just kind of like, well, this is just another day. And it's like, well, now we're all dead.
Yeah, dude, we're sharing the earth with all these other species and creatures, and we're just destroying it.
Yeah, no, it was very, and I'm honestly, because I know Leo is a big like climate change and he's a big activist and stuff like that. So I think it was important that he was this character. You know, I think he did a really, really cool job doing that.
Yeah, everybody did a good job, dude. It was funny and scary and sad at the same time.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you a couple things though. Right now, during this podcast, the second we get off, all of a sudden it's like CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, every single thing's just like, there's an asteroid, and we find that out right now.
What would I do?
What's the first thing you do?
Realistically, like, I guess if the news was like 100% it's going to impact in like 10 hours, is that what you're saying?
No, not 10 hours. Let's say 6 months. Let's say it's the same thing as this movie. They're like, all of a sudden we all get a notification on our phone and it's just like, hey, the world's going to end in 6 months.
Like an Amber Alert. I mean,
yeah.
I would like to say that, you know, I would spend the remaining time traveling and seeing family, but I think the masses of the world would go so nuts that it would destroy itself way sooner.
Well, no one's going to work. No one's going to,
Yeah, right. It's not like you can go to Stop and Shop and pick up food because one, people are going to ransack the store.
Oh, yeah.
And you think the people who work there are going to be like, I'll just go to work.
No, I mean, that's the thing. The power grid's probably going to shut down because there's nobody's going to be working there. So it's kind of like, it's probably going to,
it would go back to like hunter-gatherer barter days. Yeah, Mad Max.
Mad Max, but with guns and people are.
And guess what? I would have the last of the V8s.
The V8s? What do you mean? Like the juice?
No, dude, Mad Max. He has the whole reason they wanted his car is because he has the last V8 engine.
I think like, I got all the V8 juice. I bought all those.
Do you not remember that?
Kind of. Which Mad Max?
He's got the V8, the original. He's got the V8 engine, which is why his car can outrun everybody.
Right.
You know what? You know what? For everyone listening, Alec always shits on newer movies because he's just like, I'm a fan of 80s movies and blah 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 70s movies, and you don't even remember this, dude.
I do remember Mad Max, the original. Okay, Mad Max. He's a cop. His wife and son get hit by the car. There's that guy that beautiful, or the Joe guy. He's a younger version in that one. He's got a gang. The whole country hasn't gone to shit yet. I remember Mad Max, the first one, very well. Road Warrior's better. Beyond Thunderdome's not that good. And Fury Road is
walk
fantastic.
Away.
That's Road Warrior.
Just walk away. Anyway, I have the last of the V8s because I also have a V8. Not talking about the tomato juice.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Glad to clear that up. So you have a V8 engine. Okay.
Correct.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I think you're right though. It's like you're probably just gonna end up like defending your house from people. That's probably gonna be your last 6 months.
Yeah, it's not gonna be good. I mean, if we all work together, like we could still like enjoy the last 6 months, but I think the majority of the planet is gonna be like, we're all gonna die and just panic.
Yeah, it would turn into like the Purge. I feel like it would just be like people going crazy.
Yep.
God damn it. That sucks too. So now I'm like thinking, I'm like, if I'm in California, I'm like, well,
Oh, you're fucked, dude.
probably never going to see my family or friends again.
No, you'll never make it over here
No,
to
there's no way.
Connecticut.
Just grab my Nissan Sentra and try to drive cross country. It's like I would get killed before I even made it to Nevada, probably.
Oh, dude, it would be like the Book of Eli or
Yeah.
the Road with Viggo Mortensen.
Oh, for sure.
You'd like pull up to a shell and like try siphoning gas from another car, and you just see a woman be like, "Do you have any food?" And you'd be like, "Oh, I'm sure I have something," and then you would just get fucking killed.
Oh yeah, dude. I don't even think I could make it from like Brooklyn if I still lived in New York City back to
Alec,
Connecticut.
you wouldn't make it out of LA.
No, I don't think I would. I really don't think I would. I think I'd just be like, well, I'm stuck in my house now, and I have to board up all the windows, and now I have a baseball bat.
Yeah.
I will say I don't think my sobriety would last much longer if if I knew there was gonna be an asteroid. I'd be like, well, fuck it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's scary, and I really hope that doesn't happen. But well, dude, imagine dude, seriously, I know this happened a few years ago, but that Hawaii thing with the nuke, remember? Dude, okay, maybe 5 years ago, I feel like there was.
This sounds kind of familiar.
Everybody on Hawaii got a message saying this is not a drill. There is a nuke coming to launch at Hawaii, dude. That could just happen anytime, and we just kind of take it for granted. Like that could happen. This is the movie.
If it makes you feel any better, I highly doubt if there was a world-ending event, you would find out, because of the elites would want to do things like travel and chill and enjoy it and not have to deal with this. So if an asteroid was going to hit the Earth in like 5 hours, you'd probably just die immediately and not know.
Yeah.
Like you would look up and be like, what's that? Boom, dead.
Right, but you'd hope that people like Leo and Jennifer Lawrence, who aren't elites, who are just doing their job, would go on like Facebook or something and just be like, "You guys," but then everybody would think they're crazy, like because they're like, "Well,
yeah." One, people would think they're crazy, and two, their brakes would magically get cut and they'd be killed.
I mean, probably because you see the government just grabbing these 3 scientists and putting bags over their heads, and dude, that one line where he's just like, dude. "Yeah, I hadn't put a bag on your head. That wasn't even the FBI; it's the CIA." She's like, "I thought that was you." It's like, "That's good that you thought that because it was me. That's exactly what I did."
every time, dude. First off, that line was hilarious when he was like, "That was on me. I made them do that." That was hilarious. And second of all, the fact that like every time she said something, she ended up in the car with the bag on her head.
Oh.
They just kept doing it.
Fucking funny, dude. I love that so much. And did you see the post-credit scene?
Yes, but I don't remember.
Jonah Hill, he's alive.
Wait, what? No, I didn't see that. What happened?
Yeah, after the credits. So there's like the, after the world blows up, you get the scene where you get to see them all go to that planet and Meryl Streep gets killed by the whatever, Bronto Rock or whatever. But then after the credits are over, you just see this pile of ash or this pile of rubble on Earth, and you just hear like, "Oh fuck!" And it's just Jonah Hill like crawling out, and he's like, "Mom, Mom," and then he just takes out his phone. He's like, "Hey, what's up, y'all? Last survivor on Earth, last man. Just don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Peace."
Even funnier because he's probably the only person, like the last survivor, and there's clearly no cell phone towers, and he's still making fucking TikToks or whatever.
Yeah, it's just like, "Man, like, what's up, guys? Like, hit that like and subscribe button. Peace."
Yeah, it was funny. I'll definitely rewatch it in the near future.
I watched the second half of it last night with Eric, and he liked most of it. He didn't like the first half, and then I think by the end he was more like, "All right, I actually like this. It's not great, but I like it." That's Meryl.
I mean, Eric also likes Ernest Scared Stupid movies. So
that's true. His bar is a little low, but
it's almost too low to appreciate good movies.
Not everything. No, but he loves Leo, so that's why I was like, "Oh, dude, he's gonna love this." And it was funny too. I don't know if you ever seen The Aviator. You ever seen that?
A long time ago.
Yeah, it's Martin Scorsese. It's Leo as Howard Hughes, but then also it's Cate Blanchett as Katharine Hepburn, and they date in that movie too. And I was just like, "Oh, this is interesting to see them in like different roles dating again."
Dude, every time I see Cate Blanchett, I just go, "Oh, that's the elf witch from Lord of the Rings 1."
Oh my
and
God.
Like I saw her in something the other day.
She's been in so many movies, dude.
Dude, it wasn't this. And I saw her and I'm like, why does she look familiar? And then I started looking at her IMDb and I was like, dude, she's been in so many things that I've seen that I have not recognized her as.
Dude, she's played Bob Dylan. Like, that's crazy that she played Bob Dylan. She was also the bad guy in Indiana Jones 4. She won an Oscar for Blue Jasmine.
Indiana Jones 4 bad guy.
Yeah, she's the Russian from that. Dude, she is in so many movies. She's a
I know.
fucking great actress too. I love her.
I didn't know. Dude, she's in Hot Fuzz. Like, she's in so many things.
Yeah, she's a really good actress. And I was when I saw her name in the credits, I didn't recognize her either. I was like, who is she? And then obviously the closer up shots of her and Leo together. But that first scene when it's her and Tyler Perry, like as the newscasters, I was like, who is that lady? And then I'm like, no way.
Yeah,
Wow.
I refer to Tyler Perry as Medea.
That's all you okay. That's you've
Yeah.
chalked up his entire career to just
What's that thing he says? That like it's like
oh lordy.
oh lordy. I will never watch one of those movies. I'm putting my foot.
He's more than just that, Justin. He's been in other movies too.
No,
He's also like a billionaire, dude.
From acting or something else?
Well, for producing like every single thing that ever on TBS and making like 800 Medea movies. Yeah, I mean, dude, he owns an island. He's a billionaire, dude.
He owns an island.
He owns an island. It's called Perry's Island. No, I'm kidding. But it is. He does own an island, though. He really does. Like, dude, the guy's killing it. The guy's
happy
killing it.
for him. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I mean, hey, Justin, do you have a cross-dressing movie franchise?
I can't say that I do.
So why don't you shut the fuck up then? Really quick, also, did you notice who wrote and directed this?
No.
His name is Adam McKay, and he is absolutely fucking killing it, dude. So he is the director of Anchorman, Step Brothers, Talladega Nights, The Other Guys, and then since The Other Guys, he's basically just been moving into nonstop fantastic movies like The Big Short, which I think won Best Picture in 2015, Vice with Christian Bale. Remember the movie where he plays Dick Cheney? And then Don't Look Up. So the past 3 movies he's made have been literally like Oscar, just fantastic movies. And then he's making some of the funniest movies of the past 20 years. Yeah,
some of these movies are my favorite comedy movies. So he really gets my humor.
Yeah.
You said Step Brothers and Talladega Nights?
He wrote and directed Anchorman, Talladega Nights, Step Brothers, and The Other Guys. All 4 of those he wrote and directed.
I could watch those over and over again and just laugh like an idiot.
And he also, I know you're a big Marvel guy, he wrote Ant-Man, the first Ant-Man movie.
Okay. Yeah, first Ant-Man was good. Second one kind of meh, but yeah.
Oh, he didn't have anything to do with the second one, so yeah.
Kate from Lost is in there.
Oh, I love Evangeline Lilly, yeah.
Lilly.
But yeah, dude, he was Will Ferrell's like writing partner on SNL. He used to be a writer on SNL too. So he's just like, dude. And also he's him and Will Ferrell are the producers of Succession. So if you like that show, this is not too far off from that. So yeah, dude, goddamn, dude, really like this movie. I loved it was on Netflix too. Like you just put it on wherever you are.
Yeah, speaking of which, Netflix has been redeeming themselves slowly with the Netflix releases because in the beginning of the pandemic, they were pumping stuff out and it was just hot shit, dude. I was watching some of these things and I'm like, I didn't know any better. And I see these big name actors in it. And I'm like, oh shit, fucking Mark Wahlberg's in this, Ryan Reynolds in this. And I watch it and I'm like, what is this shit, dude?
What was that movie with The Rock and Gal Gadot and Ryan Reynolds? That's like, it's just a movie. Like there's no plot, there's no talk, it's just movie. And you like these faces in movie. It's like, okay.
It was Red Notice. And it's also with Chris Pine. No, okay. I'm sorry, Ryan Reynolds, not Chris Pine.
Yeah, so they're just like, these people. It's like, I know those people. It's like, you want to see them in a flickering box?
That was literally the trailer. And it was just like, The Rock beats people up, Gal Gadot looks good, Ryan Reynolds makes the same funny jokes. You know these people. And everyone's like, yeah, I do.
Right, yeah, I had no interest in that just because it did. It just, they might as well just call it movie, coming movie. You're like, yeah.
I mean, that's me, dude. That's literally, I fall into that crowd because you could literally take the shittiest script. As long as The Rock is punching someone, I'm going to be like, The Rock, and watch it.
The Rock.
And then you mix in Ryan Reynolds, like, I'm 50 years old, but I still make, like, funny Van Wilder jokes. And then you have Gal Gadot in a red dress, just like, I'm from Tel Aviv. Like, yeah, dude, that's me. That's me all day.
All right. Well, hey, I'm glad. Hey, you know what? Well, I think it was the most popular thing Netflix has ever done, that movie. So it's gotta be the reason for that. I don't know. I mean, McDonald's is the most popular fast food. Does that mean it's good? I don't know. Anyways, do you got any last minute thoughts on Don't Look Up?
I liked it. Scary how real it is. And I hope that if the planet is about to blow up, that someone lets us know.
Yeah, seriously. And really quick, the budget for this was $75 million. It has made 1.4 back. I mean, it was a Netflix movie, so I'm sure they weren't expecting to make that much back, from the actual film, from ticket sales. But you look at Spider-Man making like $8 trillion in one day last
I
week.
think it made over $1 billion.
Yeah, that makes no sense to me. But this movie also was released in theaters, and nobody seemed to give a shit.
Was it?
Yeah, it was released in theaters on December 5th and December 10th.
What?
And nobody cared. And they're like, I'll just wait till it's on Netflix.
I thought all Netflix released movies only come out on Netflix.
Nope, because there's a rule. I think it's changing soon, but there's a rule with the Oscars where you can't get a film nominated unless it's in theaters. So that's what Netflix did with The Irishman. They released in theaters for like a week or two, and then they're like, hey, it counts. It still counts. And then everybody watched it on Netflix. So.
Oh.
Well, everybody, thank you so much for listening into our discussion on Don't Look Up. We have a new episode of Wheel of Horror with Dark City. That'll be coming out on Monday. And we also had Book of Boba Fett that came out on Wednesday, so you can check out our review of that. And then we have the new Boba Fett coming out next week. And then next week on Friday, we'll have a new episode of Fresh Film Fridays. We're not sure what that film will be, but it'll be something new and cool and fresh.
Yeah, if you didn't listen to the last one, Fresh Film Friday is going to every Friday now. Be forewarned, we probably won't know what's going to play because we're trying to get the freshest of films for Fresh Film Friday.
It's so fresh that it's like a banana that's green. You can't even really eat it, but you still want to.
You could, but you shouldn't.
Exactly. Good stuff.
Get your tum-tum water.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you very much for listening in, and we will see you guys next Friday.
Bye.